In a city built on gold and greed, the quietest woman at the table was the only one playing a bigger game, and she played it better than all of them. San Francisco in the 1850s was overflowing with new wealth. Men who struck gold built mansions on Nob Hill and gathered around dinner tables to plan the next wave of fortune. Standing in the corner of those rooms was Mary Ellen Pleasant, a black woman who poured tea, cleared plates, and absorbed every word the city's elites believed she would never understand. They thought she was background. She was mapping the future. Pleasant listened carefully to the conversations they carelessly shared. She learned which banks were climbing, where land was about to rise in value, and which industries would reshape the city. She began buying into businesses that looked small from the outside but held enormous promise. A laundry that served miners, a boarding house near the docks, investments that gave her leverage long before anyone recognized her strategy. With banker Thomas Bell as her silent partner, she built a fortune so large that even San Francisco's powerful men struggled to comprehend it. But Pleasant wasn't building wealth for comfort. She was building it for impact. She used the money to support the Underground Railroad, financing journeys to freedom on the West Coast when few dared to get involved. She quietly funded abolitionist efforts, opened safe houses, and backed legal battles that challenged racial barriers of her time. When she was forcibly removed from a San Francisco streetcar in 1866, she didn't let it pass. She sued the company and won desegregating public transit nearly 100 years before the civil rights movement took shape. The more power she gained, the more the press tried to tear her down. They called her Voodoo Queen to explain the influence they couldn't understand. They invented myths to avoid admitting that she outsmarted a city built to exclude her. But Pleasant knew exactly who she was: a strategist, a fighter, and one of the earliest architects of civil rights in California. Her life was the proof behind the most famous words: "I'd rather be a corpse than a coward." Fun fact: some historians estimate that Pleasant's investments made her one of the first self-made black female millionaires in American history, though much of her wealth was intentionally hidden to protect it from discrimination. This is the power of knowledge, valiance, and shrewdness. Proverbs 31 describes these in a woman of noble character. I am Tony, and this is your Bite for today.